How are you doing? Interpersonal communication is a kind of mirror. Your arrogance reflects someone's arrogance, and your humility reflects someone's humility. And if you go mad at someone's disrespect and arrogance to you, it is not really different from going mad at yourself trying to treat someone disrespectfully without realizing it. So this phrase appears in the passage of a Romance of Three Kingdoms of ancient China. And of course, there are so many exceptions that don't actually correspond to this maxim, like the case that someone tries to blame you for false church one-sidedly on purpose with vicious evil mind in order to try to entrap you. But even in this kind of unreasonable case, ancient Chinese people have think that they encounter retribution for the deed they actually treated someone disrespectfully without realizing it in the past by the law of causality. So, correcting their own behaviors by watching someone's reaction toward their deed is thought to be very important modesty that people should have, no matter how unreasonable situations they encounter. So, this is how a leader should be in ancient China. So Confucius, who is known as the founder of Confucianism in ancient China, also left a maxim like there is a low mirror in this world, and the people around you is your opposite mirror, right? And things you can find in someone also belong to you. So virtue is necessary quality that a leader must have in ancient China. So an imperial examination that appoints excellent officials and the governors supporting the emperor from examining analects of Confucius was the most important coverage of this examination in ancient China. So the way of thinking to discipline themselves was placed high importance among governors and high officials in ancient China, and this way of thinking influenced around East Asian countries, including Japan, widely back then. So in Japanese, Japanese business mail, so many kind words and gentle words caring about someone is oftentimes used, you know, and recently, people criticize the Japanese traditional business mail format for the reason of lack of rationality or something. And Japanese business mail that use too many kind words and gentle words and caring words that are used to show others respect is looked as not being suitable for as business scene, business mail that wants to tell only necessary things to others on the spot as soon as possible. So, as an overall trend, the Japanese business people want to refrain from using these conventional expressions, but simply want to tell someone necessary things on the spot right away. So, writing a letter in a respectful manner is thought to be wasteful conventional custom that disturbs people from telling necessary things on the spot. But historically, paying great respect and treating somebody with the utmost courtesy on the letter in ancient China was seen as one of the most important diplomatic means, right? Because ancient Chinese people knew that the law of mirror was very important to win the heart of others, right? Japanese letter is considerably influenced by the thought of Confucianism. The fact that Japanese people think that the conventional mail custom should be abandoned from Japanese society means that few Japanese people understand the essence of Confucianism, and they never know what the law of mirror is. So recently, the Japanese people have a strong tendency to focus more on materialistic rationality than importance of emotional tie between people, right? And we spend our times while we maintain sociality and maintain emotional tie with each other, so that there's so many things. There are actually so many things we have to learn from ancient people's lesson that have been taken over from generation to generation for thousands of years. So conventional custom contains wisdom of ancestors that we must actually take over to the next generation. The reason that the people think that conventional custom is just out of the touch with the modern days is that I think people, pursue shallow relationship rather than deep relationship. A tradition that has been taken over for a long time has some kind of meaning, has a certain meaning, has a certain important meaning, and some kind of lessons and messages from ancient people that we have to learn, we must learn. So we must not forget about this. And I think we don't. I think we should not try to eliminate the tradition because it is just out of touch with modern days.